is going on, everybody? It's John here, and I'm back with another commentary, and today I am going to be ranking my top 5 favorite Call of Duty games from the past decade. Now guys, I want to real quickly apologize for being very late with this video. Like I said, originally I was going to record and upload this before 2019 ended, but for those of you guys that may not know, I went on vacation and didn't get back until 2019 ended, so it's a bit unfortunate that I am making this a little late now, but I guess it's better late than never, right? Anyways, in this video, I am basically going to be ranking my top 5 favorite Call of Duty games from the past decade, which are going to be all Call of Duty games from 2010 to 2019, but I will only be picking 5 of them out of those 9 to 10 titles that we got. And I'm also going to be talking about why I enjoy them and all that, but I will not be spending too much time on each Call of Duty title, so this video will not be super long, because if I were to do that, then I feel like this video would probably be like 20 to 30 minutes long, maybe a little bit longer, because that's how much I would have to say about each Call of Duty game. So I will just try to tell you guys the main reasons why I enjoy them and move on to the next one. So again, it won't be too long. Also guys, keep in mind that this is all just my opinion. If you guys don't agree with it, then it's alright. We don't need to get into a fight about it or anything. And if you guys have a different opinion or anything, then I respect it completely. You know, we all have our different preferences on our favorite Call of Duty game of all time, or least favorite Call of Duty game of all time, or whatever. So yeah, and I will be making videos in the future where I talk about my most favorite Call of Duty game of all time, or least favorite Call of Duty, most underrated COD, or whatever, and I will talk more in depth about why I enjoy that COD or didn't enjoy that COD than I will in this video. So yeah guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Coming in at number 1, we have Black Ops 1. Now where do I begin with this beautiful and nostalgic game? Well, in case you guys didn't know, Black Ops 1 was actually the first ever Call of Duty game I played in the franchise, and I am very grateful. I honestly am, because one, the campaign on Black Ops 1 was a straight up 10 out of 10. And we had a bunch of iconic characters in there, like for example Mason, Woods, Reznov, Hudson, Weaver, Steiner, Dragovich, Kravchenko, even John F. Kennedy and Fidel Castro, and even more. We had a lot of characters, man, and even some that you would never think would be in the game. And oh my goodness guys, I just, wow, that campaign, I have a lot more to say about it. It's very cool knowing that the campaign, or I should say the whole entire game, took place during the Cold War and the Vietnam War, if I'm not mistaken, and it was just very good, man. The way Treyarch put the storyline together with these characters and everything, the events, was beautiful. It was perfect. And again, the campaign is just a straight up 10 out of 10. I have a lot more to say about it, but that's all I'm gonna say, because if not, I'm gonna go on for like 30 minutes. And the multiplayer, outstanding. This right here is another 10 out of 10 multiplayer, to me at least. And oh man guys, we have some of the most iconic weapons here on Black Ops 1's multiplayer, like the FAMAS, the Galil, the AK-47, the AK-74U, the AUG, and even more. The China Lake launcher. That was a pretty funny name to me at first, but damn man, that's just, everything on here is really good, man. The core gameplay is super good. I just love the time to kill. And then the weapons on here, like I said, those are really good as well. The maps, oh my goodness guys, wow, the maps were really good. Summit, firing range, especially Nuketown. Oh man, Nuketown is such a classic, and I'm just so happy that Nuketown always makes a return in every Treyarch game, or at least every Black Ops game, but there's a lot more. And then Zombies, another straight up 10 out of 10, man. In fact, Zombies, I was more of a Zombies guy back in the Black Ops 1 days, because I just got into it too much. My first ever map I played the Zombies was Kino der Toten, and then after that I played every single map from Kino der Toten all the way to Moon. And my goodness guys, the memories on here are amazing. They're remarkable. I just will never forget about them, and I just can't, man. Like, I remember playing Zombies every single day with my brothers, cousins, friends, or whoever. And oh man, these were the times where, you know, we would play split screen and all that. It's just, man, nostalgic, man. But again, this is why, to me, Black Ops 1 is number 1, and in case you guys didn't know, this is actually the best Call of Duty game of all time to me. So again, Black Ops 1 comes in at number 1. Coming in at number 2, we have Black Ops 2. Now here we go again with another beautiful, amazing, and nostalgic Call of Duty game. Well, Black Ops 2 was a continuation to Black Ops 1, and the way Treyarch continued Black Ops 2 from Black Ops 1 was just perfect. Especially the campaign, man. The first couple missions on the campaign were taking place back in the Cold War, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe the Vietnam War as well. And you were playing as Woods or Mason as well, and it was just so good. And then in the later missions, you started playing as Alex Mason's son, who is David Mason, and it's pretty cool, man. You're able to play as a son of the character that you were able to play with in the older Call of Duty, or the Call of Duty before that game. And oh my goodness, guys, it was just so good. We had new characters as well, like Menendez was a very iconic character in the Black Ops series especially, and a lot more, man. And then obviously now that we were in the future, like in the year 2025, we had better technology in the campaign, like drones, a bunch of new systems like EMP systems, and a lot more things, man. I just can't think of everything from the top of my head right now, but it was just very good, man. Oh man, that campaign was so much fun, and I would not have a problem going back to it today and replaying the whole entire thing at least 2 to 3 times, because that thing, wow. And oh yeah, and also I forgot to mention that you were able to change up the story by doing a couple different actions in some of the missions. Like for example, there was a mission where you had to kill Menendez and you had a bag over his head, but you thought that was Menendez when in reality that was Mason. And if you shot him in the head, then that would kill Mason and he would not appear anymore even in the end of the story. But if you shot him in the leg, then Mason would appear again at the end of the story, but he would look a lot older, just like Woods did on the wheelchair. So it's just cool, man, how you were able to change up the story. And that's not the only mission. There's other missions that, you know, you have different choices that you can make, and whatever choice you make has an impact on the way the story goes. So it's pretty cool, man. And the multiplayer, oh my goodness, man. Oh yeah, by the way, the campaign is a 10 out of 10 for me. The multiplayer, another straight up 10 out of 10, man. That multiplayer was probably one of the funnest multiplayers I've ever played in any Call of Duty game. We just had a lot of score streaks, a lot of weapons, and just a lot of maps, man. It was just so good, man. And in case you guys didn't know, that's where everything began for me in terms of sniping and trick shotting. That's where I started doing quick scoping and 1v1ing a bunch of people in private matches and getting into, you know, mini tournaments, not real tournaments where, you know, I'm live on YouTube ready. No, we're just doing kind of like mini tournaments with my friends and other random people. And trick shotting, same thing. We were not really doing tournaments on that, but we were just having fun in private match, hitting a bunch of build cams and all that, and it was just so much fun, man. I have a lot more to say about multiplayer, but now let me just talk about zombies, which is another straight up 10 out of 10. I know a lot of people may not have liked the Transit, Die Rise, and maybe even, or not Buried, but mainly Transit and Die Rise, the first 2 maps of Black Ops 2 Zombies, but I thought they were pretty fun, especially Transit. Transit was actually a lot of fun to me, and the new characters, the new Victus characters, or the new Victus crew, I should say, which are Sullinger, Misty, Rustman, and Marlton, all of them were pretty cool. And oh man, it just got even better by the end of its life cycle of Black Ops 2, where we got Mop of the Dead, Buried, and then we got Origins, which is the best zombies map of all time to me. And Origins was just a lot of fun, man. The staffs and everything, Mop of the Dead, the prison, you had the blunder gap, it's just a lot more. And for that reason, this is a straight up 10 out of 10 for me right here, the zombies on BO2, and Black Ops 2 comes in as number 2. Again, I have a lot more to say, but not trying to, you know, take too long on one game. Coming in at number 3, we have Black Ops 3. Now, I know what you guys may be thinking right now. Really, John? BO3? And yes, really, BO3. Honestly, guys, I thought BO3 was a very good and fun Call of Duty game, man. I had so much fun playing that game, and even though I had jetpacks, exosuits, or I should just say exosuits, wall running, and G-sliding and all that kind of stuff, all that futuristic stuff that not many people enjoyed, I still thought it was a very good game. In fact, I think that Black Ops 3 is the best jetpack game out of all the jetpack Call of Duty games that we had, like Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, and I think that is pretty much it. But BO3 tops it out, man. It really does. And let me start off by talking about the campaign, which honestly I did not really enjoy. The first mission, where you literally got your arms ripped off by a robot at the end, was pretty brutal and full of gore, and at the same time a little bit enjoyable and crazy. But I thought, you know, when I played that mission, I thought the whole entire campaign was going to be insane. But after a couple more missions, I just didn't really enjoy it that much. I didn't really feel the need to continue, and I just stopped like at mission 5, maybe mission 6. Like, I didn't even complete it, and I would be down to complete it sometime in the future because I never saw the ending. But at the same time, again, I didn't really enjoy it that much, and I didn't complete it. So I don't know, man. Campaign, it's probably because it didn't continue from Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1. Like, we had completely different characters in BO3 and not the same ones from BO2 and BO1, like Mason, Hudson, Weaver, Woods, Bresnov, you know, all those characters that we had. and they were just not there in Black Ops 3. So maybe that might be one of the main reasons why. But the multiplayer, on the other hand, was very fun. Like I said, it had jetpacks and all that, but the multiplayer was just so much fun, man. I was so hooked onto it the whole entire year, and even this for 2 years, not just 1 year. And I'll talk about that in a different video why. But oh man, the maps: Combine, Hunted, Aquarium, Nuketown, just a lot more. I just can't remember all of them from the top of my head, obviously, but these maps were very good. The weapons, like the KM44, the Pharaoh, the Weevil, what else did we have? The VMP, just a lot more weapons. The XR2, these were all very good weapons. And my favorite ones at the time, because I was still sniping, were the Locust, the SPG, and maybe the Draken. All of these were a lot of fun to me, man. And just good old times on BO3. And I would 1v1 and trick shot in private matches still, because I was still in those days where I was sniping and trick shotting and 1v1ing and having a lot of fun. And oh man, again, BO3's multiplayer, a lot of fun. And again, I know not many people will agree with this, but I still think it's a top 3 out of all Call of Duty games, because it was just so much fun. And then Zombies, oh man, where do I begin? Well, Zombies here on BO3 was probably one of the best, if not the best, out of all Call of Duty games. I mean, all the standard core maps that we got at launch and till the end of the life cycle for BO3 were really good. And I know, even Zetsupo no Shima was pretty good to me, even though it was kind of laggy at first, but it was still a really good map. And oh man, guys, it wasn't until Zombies Chronicles came out where we got 8 fully remastered maps from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and my goodness, it brought Zombies back even more. A lot of people were still enjoying Zombies on BO3 even after its life cycle, but once we got Zombies Chronicles, everybody was back to it. And oh man, like I said, guys, good old times. I wish we could go back to the days where Zombies on BO3 were still new, or Zombies on BO3 was still new and Zombies Chronicles barely came out and all that kind of stuff, because I would be stuck on there all day. I would play like 3 to 5 hours of Zombies before I got on multiplayer. And yeah, I was more of a Zombies player on here than I was a multiplayer. I'm not gonna lie. But for those reasons, guys, Black Ops 3 comes in as number 3. And again, I have a lot more reasons, but I want to keep it short. Coming in at number 4, we have Black Ops 4. Now, this may be a controversial one for many people, because I know Black Ops 4 was a bit of a up and down game for many people, but to me, it was honestly a very good Call of Duty game. Besides the microtransactions, which I will talk about after I talk about the campaign, multiplayer, and zombies, which, oh yeah, right, there was no campaign. Oh man, guys, I know, there was no campaign in Black Ops 4. Instead, we got Blackout, which, ooh, I got a lot to say about that, but I'm gonna keep it short like I said. But let's talk about the multiplayer. Multiplayer was honestly a lot of fun on BO4, whether you believe it or not. To me, the core gameplay was pretty good. At first, I did not enjoy the 150 health and the manual healing, where you had to literally inject yourself with a syringe to heal up. I did not really like that at first, but after a while, like after a couple months of, you know, getting used to it and all that, it actually became, like, I don't know, it didn't really become a problem to me. It became bearable. I just felt really good healing myself every time after a gunfight and took a little bit of damage. And I don't know, man, it's just a lot of people didn't enjoy the 150 health, but like I said, after a couple months I got used to it and I had no problem with it. In fact, I would not have a problem with another Call of Duty game returning with 150 health. I really wouldn't, but I know I shouldn't really say that because a lot of people may get mad, but again, that's just me. I still enjoy 100 health more than 150, but I'm just saying, if we got 150 health again, I would not have a problem with it. And the maps here on BO4 were pretty good as well. We had Nuketown again. Then we got Summit, Jungle, Slums, and Firing Range as 4 remastered maps that came back as standard maps here on BO4. And then we had like Arsenal. We also had, oh man, I can't really remember all of them right now from the top of my head, like Militia, and even more. And they were all really good to me, man. Really good. And the weapons here on BO4's multiplayer were also pretty good, although we didn't have that many. I think we only had like 26 or 27. They were still pretty good, man. I had a lot of fun using every weapon. And here on BO4, in case you guys didn't know, this was actually the first time I ever unlocked Dark Matter in a Call of Duty game. So it was very, very good to me. It was such an accomplishment because, my goodness, the grind was crazy. And it was also the first Call of Duty game that I reached level 1000 on in multiplayer. On BO4, I just, wow, it's still crazy to this day knowing that I'm a level 1000 on there and all that kind of stuff. And zombies on BO4. Now, I don't know, guys. Zombies on BO4. This was actually the first Treyarch game that I didn't really enjoy the zombies that much on. Like, BO4 zombies, they were pretty good, don't get me wrong. Like, Blood of the Dead, Voyage of Despair, 9. What other map do we have? I can't really remember right now, but all these maps are pretty good. But the only problem was the new system that we had, the new perk system. I don't know, man. I didn't really like that new perk system because I enjoyed the old school, original, traditional, whatever you want to call it, old school perk system where, you know, you had to go to the perk machines and you drink the Perk-a-Cola, or not the Perk-a-Cola, the perk bottle, and there you go. You got Jug, you got Quick Revive, you got Speed Cola, Double Tap, or whatever. And that's how, you know, you basically set up, and then you start pack-a-punching your weapons and all that. But here on BO4, I don't know, man. It's just the new perk system was a bit different. It wasn't really that complicated, but I don't know, man. I just didn't really like it. And also the new playstyle or the core gameplay on BO4 Zombies just felt a little bit different than it did on BO3, BO2, and BO1. So I don't know. For those reasons, I didn't really enjoy the zombies on there, but it was still fun. I would still play here and there, like the new maps, Hydra Totem, Alpha Omega, and all those other maps. So they were okay, but at the same time, I didn't really find myself playing it that much like I did back on BO3, BO2, and BO1. And then Blackout. Oh man, guys, Blackout. Now, here on Blackout, I just had a lot of fun, man. I wish Blackout was brought onto Modern Warfare 2019 as like the 4th mode that you can play when you get bored. But, oh man, guys, Blackout was a straight up 10 out of 10 mode for me, and I'm just so happy that they brought it to BO4 because we didn't get a campaign, and instead we got Blackout, which was the first ever Battle Royale game mode in Call of Duty. And it was honestly very good, man. Playing with my brother, cousins, friends, or whoever, squatting up with them and taking dubs was a lot of fun. The whole entire Blackout map, really good. I like how we had a bunch of old school, nostalgic locations like firing range. We had fracking tower, which was basically radiation from Black Ops 1, and a lot more. We had Hydro Dam, which I can't really remember where that's from, and Cargo Dogs, Nuketown, you know, even more. It was just so much fun. The weapons, the way you had to loot, everything was really, really smooth. And oh man, guys, again, even to this day, I still go back to Blackout and play it because it's just so much fun. Whenever I get tired of Modern Warfare, I go back to Blackout and play it because it's a lot of fun. And I don't know, man, I have so much more to say about Blackout, but oh man, I feel like I already talked too much about it. So yeah, for all those reasons, that's why Black Ops 4 comes in as number 4. And the microtransactions, I did not like them at all. It wasn't until its life cycle ended when Modern Warfare came out and they finally fixed up the black market. So I guess the microtransactions here on BO4 are now fair and good, but I wish it was like that before its life cycle ended, when everybody was complaining about how bad the microtransactions were, because that's probably the main reason why Black Ops 4 didn't do too well. And finally, coming in at number 5, we have Modern Warfare 2019. No, I'm just kidding, guys. We have World War II. Oh, World War II, where do I begin with you, man? Okay, well, guys, World War II was a very good game. I know a lot of people didn't enjoy it when it first launched because I know it was kind of broken. The servers kept on going off and all that kind of stuff. The weapons were, I don't know, not really that balanced. The maps were horrible to some people. We only had 9 maps at launch. In case you guys didn't know, we only had 9 maps at launch. And that is the least amount of maps we've ever gotten in the Call of Duty title on launch. And it was just kind of a bad start for World War II, or I should say a really bad start. A lot of people started quitting the game and didn't enjoy it, but me, even though the launch was not that good, I still found it pretty fun. Like, I actually stayed on it, and I at first kind of thought I was going to go back to BO3 for a 3rd year, but I didn't. I actually stayed on World War II, and I started getting used to it. I started enjoying it because it was a World War II game. It was the first Call of Duty game without jetpacks after like 3 years of not getting one. And oh man, it was just so good, man. But then 6 months later, the game was overhauled. Like, the whole entire division system was overhauled, and that's where everybody started, or not everybody, but most people started returning to the game, and they stayed on it because the game was just a lot better. The maps on there, they were actually pretty good to me, like Fracking Tower, Ardennes Forest, London Docks, you know, all those maps, I actually thought they were pretty good. The modes, oh, okay, well, the one mode I want to really talk about is War. War, I wish that would return in the future Call of Duty game because War was a lot of fun, man. Wow, I played that so many times back in the days. And the weapons were also pretty good, but I'm gonna be honest, I did not really enjoy, or I did not really use that many weapons. Not enjoy. I didn't use that many because the only weapons I would use on there were the Kar 98K and the Springfield or the M1903 because I was a sniper at the time. And if you guys haven't seen my World War II sniping montages, well, you guys will see why those were my favorite weapons. So I didn't really use other red guns, but I sometimes would, like the PPSH, the Volkssturmgewehr, which was probably my favorite DLC weapon, the STG-44, the Lewis, and even more. Like, the weapons were pretty good in that game, I'm not gonna lie. What else do we have? The division system, that was a new system that we got for, like, creating a class and all that. It was pretty good. I like that addition. And one of my favorite additions also on World War II was the headquarters. I wish that would return, but I have no idea why it didn't, man. It was just so fun, you know, chilling in the headquarters with a bunch of people, watching them open supply drops, having the, what is it, the fracking, I forgot the name of it, but that flak event or whatever, where you can use the flag guns and shoot down planes, and then you can get armory credits for that. And oh yeah, speaking about armory credits, I also enjoyed the microtransaction system here on World War II, man. It was just so fair. You have supply drops, which not many people may enjoy, but you were also able to unlock weapons, like new DLC weapons, by using armory credits, which is in-game currency, which you earn by organically grinding the game and logging in every single day and receiving it in the mail every 4 hours, if I'm not mistaken. And then the zombies. I had fun on there as well, but I didn't really enjoy it that much as I did on Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 1. It was just different, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't also the best zombies of all time. You know, it was a little different. But I would play the first map and the second map, maybe even the third map a couple times. But I don't think I ever played the fourth and the final map. Or actually, I did play the final map, but not a lot. I think I only played it like once or twice. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but for those reasons, World War II comes in as number 5. And I have a lot more to say about World War II. Like, I was actually getting into it, but again, not trying to make this video too long. Anyways, those are my top 5 favorite Call of Duty games of the past decade, and let me know what you guys think about it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe if you guys haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you guys are alerted every single time when the right upload. And let me know in the comments down below, what are your top 5 favorite Call of Duty games from the past decade? Any Call of Duty game from 2010 to 2019. And we had 10 different Call of Duty games. Just if you guys want to put them in order in the comments down below, because I'm curious to know what you guys enjoyed. And also, like I said, this right here was all my opinion. I know some of you guys may not agree with this list right here, but this was my opinion. And I know you guys may be thinking, why am I not including other COD games like World at War, World War II, not World War, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, COD 4, Modern Warfare. Well, those games were before 2010, so those were not from the past decade. Those were from the past 2 decades, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I didn't put them on the list. But if they were from the past decade, then I would have for sure put at least one of them on the list, because obviously those games were really good as well. But yeah, let me know again in the comments down below what you guys think about my list, and what are your guys' list as well. But for the last time, I'm gonna go get back on the grind. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like, and hope you guys have a nice and wonderful Saturday. And with all that being said, it's been John, ready to get back on the grind. And oh man, just thinking about the good old days on the good old Call of Duty games. And I'm out. Peace.